everybody. This is Monica, your Director of Technology for the Office of Catholic Schools. And this is the second video on Force a Copy, but as you can see, it is with Google Forms. This was a really exciting tip that I learned about from TCEA. The blog that they send out weekly is full of loads of information, and this is one of those essential tools that I found necessary to share with y'all. So previously I talked about forcing a copy with docs, slides, and sheets, and if you haven't seen that, check out that other video. But this one has a series of steps to get you a little bit deeper in with Google Forms. It is a little bit different process, a couple more steps, about 5 more steps than the other way. So wanted to show you that and share this information with you. So when you force a copy, you're not sharing it for editing or viewing or commenting purposes. What you are doing is you are forcing a copy for somebody else to use your master and copy it, but it will not change your master copy. So for instance, I've created, when we were first starting with G Suite, I created a G Suite Tools permission form. This is one of those forms that I wanted to make sure that every parent agreed that they were going to be using G Suite and kind of give them a little bit of information on how they were going to be using it. So from that point on, some schools started putting in this form into their online enrollment, which is, I think, a marvelous idea. But then sometimes you have those students that come after the fact, and maybe that you don't have an online enrollment packet through RunWeb. So this is a separate form that will still get their permission. So I'll give you a chance to read it later when you make your own copy. So this is how we'll do it with the Google form. So I'm actually in the form. It's called Master 2. And you can see this one has St. John Paul's information in there. So what I want you to do is copy my master, but you're going to change it to adapt it to your school and your grades. So we're going to start out here at the top right with our 3 dots. And let me see if I can get... So right here at the top right, this is what we call our hot dog for Google vocabulary, right? So I'm going to click once on my hot dog, and then I'm going to click on the selection that says Add Collaborators. And if you'll just wait for me, because I know usually when we add collaborators, we're adding people to get permission into our form, but we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. So you'll have an option that pops up and it says Private, only you can access, and we're going to click on Change. The option that you're going to select here is On, Anyone with Link. And once you select that, now you'll have a Save button. You want to make sure to click on that Save button. So once you do that, you will have a new URL address that pop up here. This is the link to allow, and you'll see it says allows editing. So this is where we're going to click on the URL and edit the word edit to change it to copy. So to do this really easily, I have it in blue already. So I'm going to right click and click on the word copy. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm coming up here to my tab, opening a new tab. And now I'm going to paste. So I'm using a shortcut, Control V. And you're going to see my URL pops up in my Omnibox. So at the very top is my URL. I have not clicked on anything else. I have not clicked on enter. That's why it stays there for me. So at this point, this is where we're going to edit out that word edit and everything that falls behind it. So I'm going to highlight and backspace. You could also work backwards and go to the end and delete. So I'm selected that information and erased it. And now I'm going to type in the word copy. At this point, once I press in enter, it's going to take me to my Google form, but now it's going to force a copy. So would you like to make a copy of the permission form? Yes, I want to make a copy. So we're going to go ahead and click that make a copy. And now you're going to see that you have the exact form that I do in my master, but it's a copy of it. So at this point, we can go in here and start editing. So I want to show you that I'm going to take out John Paul, and you could replace it with any name. I'm going to go ahead at this time and put Office of Catholic Schools. And I'm going to change it. Now I want it to go for all of my grades. I want it to go from kinder to 12th grade. And I can go through here really quick and read. I know there are a couple of other spots where it has the name of the school. So you'll just go in there and fill out that information. So you get the point. You can alter it any way that you want. And if you don't like any of these questions down here at the bottom, or you want to add one or two, you can also edit those. I'm going to go really quick. I'm going to switch tabs and show you my master copy. Now, if I go back to my master copy and I click done, you're going to see when I started changing things from my copy, it didn't change anything on my master copy. So that's how you force a copy of a Google form. I hope you enjoy that tip and trick.